So I just finished my walk. It's kind of a self-care day, so I'm gonna start making some rosemary water for my hair, put some coconut oil on probably, and then I saw this video on TikTok of this girl making her own ginger shots, and it looked really fun and really cool. So that's another thing that we're gonna be making today. It's just gonna be a mellow day. So let's get started. Thank God my parents have this huge rosemary bush outside. I've been doing this probably 1 to 3 times a week. Every time I wash my hair, I just follow it up and rinse with this rosemary water. So I take about maybe a bunch worth, I want to say 8 to 12 stalks, rinse it really well, put it on the stove and let it boil. I have the rosemary water going on in back there, and if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, how I use it is after I shampoo and condition my hair, I finish it off with a rinse. I basically boil that for maybe boil/simmer it for maybe 15 minutes and then let it cool down, put it in one of these bottles, take it with me to the shower, and then finally rinse it off. So while that is boiling away, I'm going to put coconut oil in my hair. Also, pro tip, or that thing does like 2 things. One, you use it as a rinse, but also when you're boiling it, it really just, if you love the smell of rosemary, your whole house is going to smell like that. So it's what do you call that? Potpourri? I don't know, something like that. So I'm gonna get my coconut oil and I'm gonna slather it on my head. I love self-care days because, I don't know, the feeling of like pampering yourself is very fun to me. It's a great way for me to spend my day. So you're probably wondering, why am I getting my finger all up in this Gatorade bottle when I said I was going to put coconut oil? Fun fact, this is coconut oil. My uncle, when he lived in the Philippines, would actually make this himself. He would get the coconuts in either his yard or his neighbor's yard, and then he would do the whole process to make this coconut oil, and then he put it in a Gatorade bottle for me, which is then shipped over to me. I'm getting emails, my goodness. But anyways, what I'm gonna do is, since it is kind of like a hard fat right now, it's a hard oil, I warm it up between my hands, and then I proceed to start it at the root of my hair and get it all the way until my ends. I know there's some people out there that say, oh, you should do coconut oil after you take a shower and you don't put on as much as I'm doing right now. But the way that my nanay taught me, the way that my grandma taught me, is that you let it sit on your hair before you take a shower. And it's kind of like a pre-conditioner, if that makes any sense, where you're putting this oil all throughout your hair. It really helps keep it shiny, conditioned. I don't want to say moisturized, but it really just makes your hair feel super soft after you get out of the shower. So those are probably my 2 pro hair tips are coconut oil, get it as fresh as you can get, and rosemary water back there. And then any old shampoo and conditioner. I've been doing this coconut oil since I was a kid, and my hair has just been very long and thick. That's probably genetics at play, I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is one of those old remedies that your grandma teaches you that you just don't question, you just do it. It's passed on from generation to generation. So this is looking really, really good. Kind of musty if you were to just see me passing by, but this is why it's a self-care day. You're not really going anywhere except for the house. And all right, cool. So I made sure it was saturated all the way down here, and the smell, oh my God. Oh, frick. It's like this really yummy, nutty smell. It's not just, of course it's coconut, but it has a little bit more of the nuttiness in it, and it's my favorite smell ever. All right, cool. Let's tie this up, and then the next thing that we're gonna try are those ginger shots. I was gonna go out to the dollar store and get when you go to the bartender and then they have that little cap that olive oil and some things have that you turn it upside down and then it's that little spout. That's the word that I'm looking for. My God, I can't think today. But I was gonna go to the dollar store and get one of those because I think it's super satisfying, but since I have coconut oil in my hair and I don't feel like going out today, we're just gonna use this bottle right here, pour it into a shot glass and drink it up. So have this all tied away. I'm gonna go get my ingredients. All right, let's get to this. I seriously just came up with like the measurements and everything on the spot. So I found, I want to say 2 to 3 inches worth of ginger. I'm cutting them up into smaller pieces, and because I don't have a juicer, I'm gonna blend this. And this part isn't shown, but I add maybe 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of water, and then I proceed to blend it, and then I'm gonna strain it. So here I have a little bit of a strainer, an empty bowl. I'm just gonna pour it in, press as much juice as I can out of it. And because I'm using a blender, it's not gonna be, and I had to mix it with water, it's not gonna be as spicy. So wasn't bad for a first round. And then I'm adding about 2 lemons into it. And then I'm also going to add some black pepper and some turmeric. Now, the reason you add black pepper is because it helps activate turmeric's properties. And that's it. It's seriously just 4 to 5 ingredients. Mix it all up, strain it, put it back into a little bottle, and then I just take that shot. I'm going to be doing this every single day. See if it helps with my gut, because as you know, I do have allergies, a lot of food allergies. I'm allergic to gluten, allergic to soy, and I try to get as many probiotics as I can during the daytime, whether that's in the form of kombucha or kimchi. But this little trick I'm excited to incorporate. Okay, so I have it all in here. I'm kind of nervous. I've been tasting it throughout. I don't have a juicer, so it's going to be a little bit more watery, but it's time for a shot. All right. Cheers. Oh, it's good for me. It's good for me. It's good for me. Okay. Not bad. It's pretty good. I'm going to take this once every day, and I think it's a good thing to incorporate. So my rosemary water is done. My hair's been sitting. I'm going to eat lunch, and then we're going to go ahead and wash this off with the rosemary water. All right, fresh out the shower. My hair's been air drying a little bit. So what we're going to try and do is give it a nice, I don't want to call it a blowout because I know it's not going to turn out that way, but I'm going to try sectioning off some hair, and I have my handy dandy Conair here. And oh, I forgot. I need to put some heat protectant into my hair. So I'll do that here. My hair is a little damp. So I still want to heat protect it. I don't do this all the time, but this is just one of those things where, again, I'm pampering myself today. So I would say my hair is like 60% dry, but I'm still going to take a smaller section and twist it around. And basically do this for the next, I don't know, 15, 30 minutes. We'll see how long this takes. Hair is done. I tried doing, again, I don't think it's called a blowout, but I tried adding a little bit more volume, and I'm just letting it kind of fall wherever it wants to. But I just remembered that I have a pole class tonight. Actually, it's at like 4:30, so in about like an hour from now. So I'm gonna eat, get ready, and then you're gonna come to class with me. How fun. All right, I am 15 minutes early to my class. It's not even a class, it's called open pole. So open pole means that the pole is there, there's no instructor. It's just that you can go into their facility and use the pole, because I do not have a pole in my house where I can practice. So I have to go into the studio to practice certain things. And I've been like on and off doing poles since college, but I by no means am like an expert in it. I'm still on that like beginner intermediate level. So I'm just trying to get my invert back. If you don't know what an invert is, it's basically when you clutch the pole and both your legs go up, if that makes any sense. So one of my favorite things about taking pole, or any dance class really, is like you can go in bumming it, like beanie, oversized shirt, sweatpants, and then I only have like slippers on right now because you just kick them off as soon as you get into the door. But you go in, and then specifically for this pole class, you know, you just like wear a bra and some shorts, but like nobody knows where you're going. You know, that's like my favorite thing, is you can just walk around town bumming it like this, and then it's time for class and you're like, all right, and you just throw off everything. Back from class, already had dinner. It's the end of the day. I'm gonna end it by reading. I've been reading the book She Who Became the Sun. I forgot who the author was, but it's kind of like a mix of a Mulan story, you know, like Disney Mulan, with that's like a little bit more badass. I'm like 25% in and I'm loving it so far. But that class, I'm 100% a beginner. I know I said beginner intermediate, but then as soon as I went into that open pole class, like everybody there seemed like experts, and I was like the most beginner out of everybody. And like I'm still gonna keep doing it, but I feel like I've regressed because I haven't been working out as much. I haven't been practicing as much. So another goal for 2022. It doesn't stop. I have all the way until January to figure out what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year. But anyways, thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.